YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Booda, back in the building, finally, for another last Cloudia video. Your boy's been running around for the last 3 weeks, but we now are back, settled in one spot, and I can get to making some videos while we lead up to this 2.5 Annie in Last Cloudia. And something I wanted to do as soon as I got back from all of the running around that I've been doing is actually look at what you see on the screen. You can see a picture of planned improvements that they teased us back almost 4 months ago. You can see this was posted, I put the date there, June 21st, 2021, in one of Last Cloudia's special announcement live streams. Now we know that Barleen has hinted that a lot of QoL is coming with this 2.5 anniversary update, things that have been asked. There are a lot of things that have been asked. So what can we narrow down? And so this is going to be a Booda speculation video based on looking at this list and seeing how far they've come in living up to these promises that they've given us with this roadmap, if you will. So if I scroll down a little bit, well actually before I do that, let's look through each one of these and start the initial thoughts. So planned improvements on June 21st, 2021. Kit had told us they want to improve on daily missions. Skip/fast forward features, and then they give a list of where they'd like to see those improvements. Notifications for soul spots, tours, and conquer quests. In-battle target lock, new types of battles, new bosses, release of subscription program, and revisions to unit and arc library text translation. So I'm sure after reading those, you are already churning in your brain, thinking about which ones have we seen and which ones have not even been talked about since we got this list. Well, I went ahead and made a little list for us. Actually, let me make this a little cleaner. There we go. Had to add some little separation here. But I made my little chart on each of these so we can go through and see exactly what Aidis has lived up to and what they've been slacking on. So right out of the gate, if we look at daily missions, you can see that's a fat no. We have not seen an improvement to daily missions. This is one of the most requested QoLs that I've ever seen ever since I started playing. Getting 100 gems a day off of dailies just doesn't cut it when especially you start realizing how much the crystal grind dips. The longer you play this game, it equals out to what, about 3,000 crystals a month, which is one multi-summon. So just by doing dailies, you get one multi-summon per month. That is not okay when you have a pity system the way that they do. Not great, not great. Moving on to skip/fast forward feature, I put yes-ish because as you can see in the results, we've seen this update on some features and we haven't seen it on others, especially if we look at the different ones that they promised us, right? Tower of Trials, Tours, Friend Gotcha, Result Screens, Player EXP animation, and etc. So I listed out Tours and Friend Gotcha screens. Yes, we have seen the ability to speed up through that. The Tours we just got most recently. However, another one of the most requested ones, Tower of Trials, which has become just a drag to complete the more that it comes around after you've started beating it. We haven't seen that yet, a skip feature. And Player EXP, no. From what I've noticed, we have all of the same completion screens when you get done doing a quest. But there has been a slight adjustment to the stage load-in screen. I know Tweaks brought it up in one of our podcasts that when you're loading it, if you notice when it says the little warning sign or the stage that you're on, or the wave, I'm sorry, you actually are loading into kind of a faded out screen before you then jump into battle, which does speed up the process of starting each stage. However, the completion screens we've not seen a streamline to, and the Tower of Trials, which would be amazing, we haven't seen yet. Then moving on to notifications for the Soul Spots, Tours, Conquer Quest. This is when they fully charge or when your conquers are ready to go and ready to be acquired. It will notify you if you have this selection turned on, like on your phone lock screen. So we haven't seen that. I thought that we did get confirmation that this was added into the game, but then I checked the options and didn't see anything asked the Discord, and Tweaks was very quick to be like, yeah, no, we haven't seen that. I know a lot of people would like to see it, but we have not heard of any update on this specifically since this was announced. Looking at in-battle target lock, I put yes/but, and here's why. I'm almost 99% sure the target lock feature doesn't actually work as intended. And if it does, I just don't understand it at all, especially when you're on one character. Well, first of all, you can't even use target lock in auto mode, which kind of defeats the purpose in my eyes. And when using it in manual, the AI still seems to target whoever it wants. Maybe I need to go back and reread their introductory explanation to the feature itself, but I just don't think it works the way it's supposed to, or in a way that has common sense to it. What did I say? I said, Aidis, please put out videos explaining how to use new features like this. That'd be great if we had a 1 to 3 minute video of Kit or someone just jumping into battle, explaining it visually and by voice how you're supposed to understand the function. Because currently when I switch to a character and auto-target something, and then if I switch to another character and try to target somewhere else, first of all, it then starts rearranging wherever that target lock icon is. But I also noticed that the AI, or the character that I started with and then swapped from, kind of starts running around and doing whatever they want again. So unless there's something I'm missing or maybe overthinking it, maybe one of you guys has figured it out, you can let me know in the comment section below. But to me, the in-battle target lock is a complete mess and it does not work. So I'm gonna need some clarification on that. So they did put it into the game, but I don't think it works right. So that's the yes/but. Then we've got new types of battles. Yes, they did add the 3-party battle so far, but that's all I can think of. I don't think we've seen anything new or different from what we've had in the past in any of the updates since June, aside from the 3-party battles. We got the Godforge, but those are still just like random world bosses. There's nothing new to them except for the HP lock BS that we're dealing with right now. So even though it's very small, it's a very small update. When you think new types of battles, that seems like it can be a very broad list of different things they could do. They've added 3-party battles, so I'll give them credit. They did add a new type of battle, but we'll see if they do introduce more things, especially with this update coming. New bosses, I did put yes. I put out the question, do Godforge bosses count? I think so, so we're going to count it. So we did get new bosses, right? The Kraken, Falmega. I think those are the only 2 unique new bosses. We know that Martigade and the Necrosian are both just reskins of old bosses that we've seen, but I will give them credit. I do count the new Godforge bosses as new bosses. We haven't seen any world bosses since the 2-year update, so hopefully this story update with the 2.5 Annie will bring more of those. We'll have to wait and see, of course. Release of the sub program, another thing that has been asked for since I started playing 10 months ago. We've seen nothing. And sadly, we've got no updates or any type of news as to what this would bring. We know the last update that they gave of what a sub program would look like, a subscription program would look like in Last Cloudia. It doesn't even include crystals, right? They announced that crystals were not going to be part of a subscription program. They were only going to do things like increased drops in multiplayer, so like extra chests when you finish the stage, more orange orbs for events, and other like material bonuses, which for me is a huge no-no. It will turn me off from this game massively if they release a subscription program like that, because then there is a clear defined line between pay to play and free to play in this game. I am an advocate and like to try and keep it as in the middle as possible. And to me, the only thing that's fair when asking someone to pay for something, you then keep it consistent with what you're asking people to pay for. So currently, I mean, we do have things like ×2 souls you can gain on soul spots. or you can buy material packs for a one-time purchase. So it's not like this would be something new, but this would be another pay to enhance your accounts grinding, essentially. So now at this point, people who pay to have the subscription service, they now increase the gap of account performance versus a free-to-play account, because you can't do events as often, you don't get as many materials when beating certain quests. So then that, like I said, gap of just account performance, how many characters you have upgraded, how many materials you're able to stock up on in a certain amount of time, that completely changes by adding a subscription service like they wanted to, or that they mentioned they were going to do almost more than a year ago. They brought this up, which I am not for. Like, I don't want to have to think, oh, if I was paying monthly, then I could get to this point this fast, but if I'm free to play, then I could only get to this point and it will take double the amount of time. Like, that just sucks to me, especially as a content creator, because then you've got more complications to think about, and it drives home the point of people saying that this game is pay to win. There are many reasons why this game is still not pay to win, even if you think their schemes are greedy and it's a gotcha game, right? Everything surrounding a gotcha game's marketing is greedy, but thinking like you don't really need to pull duplicates of characters to get their potential. You only need to get one copy. At that point, that's a huge bonus to Last Cloudia that other games prey on, right? Pulling duplicates of characters, you don't really do that in this game, or need to do that to bring out character potential. And while that is a reason why this game is a little more free-to-play / budget friendly, introducing a subscription program that gives you more materials and allows you to play longer, it then is a huge reason why this game all of a sudden looks more pay to play or pay to play friendly. So I'm totally against that. I've said it before. I don't know if I've really talked about it in a video, so figured I would mention it while we're looking at this list. And those are my thoughts. You can let me know yours. For me, subscription service should just give you a certain amount of extra crystals. Allow people who pay money to then just roll on banners more. To me, that's fair. It doesn't give so much of an unfair advantage to those who pay versus to those who are free to play. And I like I said, to keep that line more in the middle and not have that gap so big. Finally, we have revisions to the unit and ARC library text translations. I put yes-ish. We've gotten multiple updates where they have tried to streamline or make certain descriptions more consistent. Is there still a lot that needs to be done? Absolutely. Like I put in my little notes, this will be a forever process. It will take time. It will take constant updates for them to kind of pick out certain areas to make things more consistent. So this will be a forever work in progress. But the fact of the matter is that they have pushed a couple updates in order to change certain skill descriptions and art descriptions, make it more understandable, and make some things more consistent. So I'll give them a thumbs up there. So as you can see, like I said, June 21st is when we saw this list, and it's been almost 4 months since we got that. We've gotten a couple of these, and there is still so much work to go. It's of such a surprise to me because, like, daily missions, noties not so much, but the subscription program and the daily missions are way more important, I would say, to keeping the game's health alive versus like the skip fast forward feature or new types of battles, new bosses, right? It just seems like their focus is not properly placed, in my opinion, but it does give us, or it gives me, a little bit of confidence in speculation, saying that these are probably the updates that we will most likely be getting with this 2.5 Annie update. I don't think we need to overthink it, because when someone says, oh, you're going to get a bunch of requested QoL updates, well, there's a lot. There's a lot more than even on this list that people are asking for. So, but the fact that we've gotten this list in the past, and we can see clearly that there are many things that still need to be added from this list, I'd say it's a pretty safe bet that we're going to see updates including these. And if we don't, then we know that the office over there is just doing whatever they want to do. It kind of shows that, like, roadmaps and things that they're planning on, it's not really going to tell us much, which is something they've tried to work on. Even Barleen said that Taka-san, like in the Q&As in Discord, he doesn't like to give much detail in his answers because he doesn't want to promise people certain things with no real timeline behind them. That tells me that if they're showing us their plans, it means that they should be a sooner rather than later kind of thing. And if we see like daily missions and sub-program get pushed even farther and they introduce other QoL updates that like aren't even in this list, we know that they can just switch up whatever they want to do on the drop of a dime, which then just kills consistently. It kills confidence in the development team, and it would really be worrisome for me. So I didn't really mean for this video to be me pooping on Aidis a little bit like I am, but I'm just kind of talking about my thoughts, describing my expectations moving into this update, and really hoping to see some of these things that we are lacking in currently. I thought it'd be an interesting video. Let me know what you guys think of this, if there are certain things that you're looking forward to more than most, if there are things outside of this list that you remember them promising us and we still haven't seen, or any other creative thoughts you may have that they could introduce. I love seeing what y'all come up with in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I think that's all I got for you this time, guys. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications, and turn on all notifications so you know immediately when I post a video, and you won't be out of the loop in case of emergency, because they're going to be coming in as we get more information of this 2.5 year Annie. We should be getting an information video by the end of today. At about 10:30 p.m. last night, Barleen jumped in the Discord chat and said he was editing the video describing this 2.5 Annie update, and it would be ready hopefully within the next 24 hours. So that would put 24 hours at 10:30 tonight. It's 3 p.m. My time where I am currently, so within the next 7 hours, I wanted to try and get this video out before then, just to give my speculations and thoughts. So we will look out for that. Keep your eyes open. And with all that being said, y'all know what we say. Work hard, play harder. See you in the next video.